excited.
You are? And why are you so excited?
I am going to be on the float in the Santa Claus parade.
Really? Well, that's so exciting. And I see you're all dressed.
Oh, yeah, our Sunday school at church is making a float, and I'm one of the most important people in the whole play.
You are. Well, I would say you've got a crown and you've got a nice, a very royal gown on. You must be a king, like King Herod.
Oh, now I'm not King Herod. I'm one of the wise guys.
Oh, you mean the wise man or the magi?
Yeah, that's them. And the Sunday school teacher said we were supposed to walk and stand very tall and dignified. I think she told us that because we are very important.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose the wise men were important.
And I got good posture, and I'm the smartest one in my class. That's probably why she chose me.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't know. You see, the Magi, they were studiers of the stars. They were astrologers.
Oh, I like to study the stars. I like to watch the stars. You know, like stars on ice.
Stars on ice?
Yeah. You know, the figure skaters. There's Kurt Browning, and there's Elvis Strico, and a whole bunch of other ones that are really good skaters. I wish I could skate like them.
Rosa-Leigh,
What?
that's not the kind of stars we're talking about.
Oh, movie stars. I like movie stars too.
No, are not TV stars either. We're talking about the stars in the sky. That's what they studied.
Oh. Well, I suppose sometimes I look up at the stars.
Well, they did. They studied them. And on one particular night, there was a brand new, unusual star in the sky. And they knew it must be a fulfillment of prophecy.
Prophecy?
Yes. That's when a writer in the Bible, the prophets, they would tell the people something, and sometimes it was in the future that it would be fulfilled or it would come to pass. And so when they saw this star, they knew it had significance, that there was a purpose for it. And Isaiah tells us, in Isaiah chapter 7, one of the promises God made was, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and will call his name Emmanuel, which means God with us.
Oh, I know who that was.
What?
It was Mary, and the baby was Jesus.
That's right. And the name Emmanuel means God with us. In other words, God, Jesus, who lived in heaven, came down to earth as a baby to live among us. God with us. He's still God, but he also became a man.
That's really something.
That is really something. And then there was another promise that Isaiah made a couple chapters later. In chapter 9, he says, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. And then he goes on to say, his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Wonderful. That means something that inspires wonder or awe. We're amazed by Jesus. We were amazed by him. He's called the Wonderful Counselor. A counselor is someone who gives guidance and direction. Do you know that God has all wisdom, all knowledge? He's able to guide and direct us. He's called the Mighty God. Mighty means powerful, but God is all powerful. He has all power, all strength. He's called the Everlasting Father. Not only did he become a baby in that manger, but he lived in heaven before that. He was there when he created all things in the beginning of time. And he will be forever. He will reign as king forever. He's the everlasting Father, and he's the Prince of Peace.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, peace. He gave us peace with God. In other words, the Bible tells us we were at enmity with God. In other words, because of the wrong things we do, we were enemies of God. We could not have peace with God, a perfect relationship with God, because we do wrong.
Oh yeah, like Adam and Eve in the garden?
Yes, in every sense. We all do wrong. And because of that, and God is holy, we can't be in heaven with God one day. We can't have a perfect relationship with Him. So Jesus became the Prince of Peace, the one who paid the price, purchased our peace by making the payment that we deserved to make for the wrong that we do. In other words, we deserve to die for the wrong things we do. But Jesus, who was without any sin when He lived here on this earth, He was willing to take our place and die in our place so that we could be forgiven and have peace with God.
Well, that's quite amazing. He's got a lot of names.
He certainly does have a lot of names. And that's why those wise men, those magi, came and brought Him gifts, because they realized who this was who had come. Not only was He Emmanuel, God with us, He was the wonderful counselor, the mighty God, the everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace.
And they brought him gifts, really special gifts.
Yes, what gifts did they bring?
Gold
Yes,
and perfume.
frankincense,
And myrrh.
myrrh, that's right, and a precious ointment. Very expensive gifts, fit for a king.
You know what?
What?
I think I'm wrong.
What are you wrong about?
I think the real star of the Christmas story is Jesus.
Oh, I think you're right, Rosa-Leigh. He is what Christmas is all about. When God became God with us. Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us.
That's right. Can I sing a song?
Do you know a song?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I know the verse.
Okay. Go ahead.
Are you ready? For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and His name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace. Merry Christmas, boys and girls.
Merry Christmas.